In at State Fair Park this Wednesday.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
Looking good on the roads for the most part. We have our usual delays along southbound 41 from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol. Northbound's backing up a bit just before Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh. And eastbound 94 is pretty much in the clear. The westbound side's a bit tight from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And the bypass actually looking great right now, all wide open. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly sunny, hazy, warm, a high of 86. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He reads, so it really doesn't matter.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? I'm all set. Did you take that book with you into the bathroom?
What do you want to hear? Reading is so like 1970s. Who flipping reads anymore?
They made me buy it. $100 this thing cost me. I got news for you. If it wasn't for the toilet, there would be no books. They're selling coffee, bran muffins. You're surrounded by reading material. It's entrapment.
Watch your book instead of read it.
Watch my book.
It cuts out one whole process. When you read, you have to filter it through your brain and make a picture.
Yeah.
Instead of the picture just being there for you.
Yeah, I need to return this book.
I'm sorry, we can't take this book back.
Why not?
It's been flagged.
Flagged?
It's been in the bathroom.
It says that on the computer?
Please take it home. We don't want it near the other books.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
She wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight. He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth.
Well, the gang is back together, at least on the radio. Good morning, Gabe Neitzel. How was your time off?
Oh, it was fantastic. Thank you for asking. Had a great time. I could not recommend going to Mackinac Island enough. No cars on the island. The island, I believe, is Mackinac.
No, I think
so the city, there's a C on the end. I can show you how it's spelled.
It's Mackinac.
Yeah, but as we just covered in the open, the whole reading thing really passed him by, so he doesn't recognize the C at the end.
He looks refreshed.
Yeah, it was great. We just went up there, walked around a little bit, had some of the fudge. It's fantastic.
Did you get an Airbnb or did you get a hotel?
We went
because real estate up there is at a premium.
Oh
right?
my goodness! I just out of curiosity, because when you're walking around, there are little houses that pop up on some of these trails, and you're like, and one of them had a for sale sign. It's like, well, okay, now I got to go on to see how much. Just like $1.5 million. That's all. So maybe we can pool our money and get a vacation home for the show. No, we stayed at a resort, so we took our dog with us. So the dog went on vacation with us, and they had a pooch package at the resort we stayed at. Yeah, it was great.
Pooch package. That's what that guy saw on Chewy the other day when he was wearing the shorts, right?
Speaking of fudge, a lot of horses there, huh?
Oh yeah, a lot of and so there's some of that.
Stink like horses?
Not too bad.
Okay.
When they walk past, obviously, and then there's people always going in the streets cleaning up after the horses because that's all over the place.
Okay.
But it was great. Could not recommend it enough. Nice little getaway, and the island is it is pristine, just in great condition. Clear water from Lake Huron. Yeah, it was fantastic.
What did you do? Did you golf?
I did not. So they do have 2 9-hole courses on the island. I would have felt bad just leaving my wife on vacation for a couple of hours just so I could go play golf. So we hung out by the beach. We probably walked one day 8 or 9 miles on some of the different trails they have in the middle of the island. It was great. Enjoyed some of the great food they have.
Nice. Okay, we'll have to check it out.
It's nice.
Chewy, was that, does that sort of sound like how your weekend went?
No, my weekend. Great weekend. It's just me and Angela. The kids were gone.
So you were happy to see the kids?
Yes, but it was time for them
But you were
to go.
also happy to see them.
Yeah,
move.
we need a little mama and papa time, which we did. But we wound up going to dinner this
Monday.
I mean, I still have it pictured in my head. So we're going to the Golden Mast, which is a great friend of the show, great restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Good food.
Dress up. You know, it's one of those where you dress
be a little
up.
nicer.
So we're running a little late. Reservations at 7:15. We're going over on the boat, on our boat. So we get over there. Everyone's dressed pretty nicely. So there's no slips. They're all taken up. So we're like, what are we doing? We're already late. We're 25 minutes late for the resi. So my buddy, Don Gadon, his Donnie knee brace. This is Donnie knee brace. Oral surgeon, great dude, academic, you know. So he you know how academics get distracted very easily? Like, he's the type of guy, like yesterday, we're in his boat. There's a rock ledge where everyone, including himself, knows where it is. He hit it with his boat. So he's the type of guy that will pull into his driveway. He'll look at his phone, get distracted, still driving, but forget to open the garage door.
And drive into the garage.
Right through the garage door. That's the kind of guy. So we drop the girls off. We're like, okay, go get the table, blah, blah, blah. So he used to have a slip that was on the other side by Foolery's over there, and we were going to walk across the bridge, but we would have to tie up to his buddy's boat. So we do that, tie the front, tie the back, but we have to walk across his friend's boat. Well, you know the huge foam rolls?
Sure.
That the kids, play on in the water? That is between the back of the boat and the engine. So you got to kind of scooch through there, right?
Got to be an athlete.
So I get off, and I'm waiting for him. I'm on the pier. I'm like, Don, come on. He's trying to find his phone, finds his phone. So he starts to scooch. He goes ass over tea kettle into the water.
All dressed nice.
All dressed nice.
Did he have 75. Like a blazer on?
No, he had like a Robert Grant,
Sure.
And linen shorts.
Oh, no.
Now, you don't wear black underwear with cream-colored linen shorts.
Well, not if they're going to get wet, you don't.
I'm like,
so now you and knee brace Don a little bit better than you did previously.
Yes. So somehow the first thing to come out of the water is his two hands with the phones, and he puts them up onto the boat. So I didn't want him to panic. So you know how you come out of the water, hair straight down.
Yeah.
I go, Don, I'll drive you over to the house, okay? It'll take a half hour. Change will be good. No, I'm good. So he gets out of the water. We got about quarter-mile walk. He's taking the shirt off, right? And walking with his linen shorts, with his black underwear. And I'm like, Don, we can. No, I'm fine. So he's got his shirt in his hand, wringing it out, trying to get it dry. I'm laughing. I'm walking. Yeah. I cannot stop laughing. So I'm walking to the restaurant. Have you guys ever been to the Golden Mast?
Oh, yeah.
There's a big vestibule area where they have bands and stuff. So we're getting close, right? And I'm going, when's he going to put his shirt on? I mean, we're getting close here.
Yeah.
He's got his shirt off in the vestibule with everyone around. Because I was like trying to get a hold of the girls and then just walk around back to the patio.
Yeah. So that way you could avoid.
So I'm like, you going to put the shirt on, or are we just going to go in? So finally he goes, to hell with it. Let's just go in. Everyone's looking at him.
Well, yeah.
I'm dying laughing. The owner comes over to me. She's like, what happened? I'm like, hey, he went for a swim.
Wait,
Didn't
so
bother him one bit.
What did he end up doing? He had to change.
No,
Did they give him a
sat
jacket?
down and ate. No. Sat down and ate.
What did the wives say when you showed up at the table?
They both started laughing because he walked in before me, and I was barreled over laughing. I'm like, I can't. Soaking wet. With black underwear.
Yeah.
Through the cream.
So you could still see the black underwear.
Oh, yeah. Plain as day. Place is packed. you know? But it was one of those things I'm like, I got to let him walk 15 feet in front of me. I really don't want to be associated with it.
Then you're going to be sitting down at the table with him. People are going to know.
People
They're going to figure it out.
He's one of a kind. Played it
That's
off, sat
amazing.
there for the whole
Did he have a puddle under his chair?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They gave him a bunch of bar rags and stuff. Fine, you know.
And what was his explanation for this? He just didn't want to miss dinner because you guys were already late, so he didn't want to like push it back anymore. Because I like your idea of just zipping back to the house, grabbing a spare set of clothes, coming back, you know, no harm, no foul.
But most people would panic in that situation, right? And I was just trying to keep them panic-free.
Yep.
He's like, no, I'm fine. No big deal at all.
Like this has happened to him before.
Yeah.
Oh, here's what you do in this situation. We're going to do
the
this.
Bartenders were... everyone laughing just caused me to laugh.
Oh, even more.
harder, and my stomach was killing me. I'm like, I cannot laugh.
Do you think this happens more frequently than you think? You think people are falling off the boats headed into dinner more frequently than we think?
I would think 99.9% of the people would go home and change.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It happens, but they would go home and change.
Or maybe if it happens to you enough, you keep a spare, some spare clothes on the boat.
Yeah.
Take those with you just in case.
Yeah, that's the solution right there, Gabe. You're right. Like, I would, anytime I'm going on the boat, have a spare set of clothes on the off chance. I mean, we had some friends over. I think I sent you guys the video when this happened, right? Where we had some friends over. We were out on the boat, and I was trying to help the kids get on the boat, and then I just, fell in. Now, I was wearing a bathing suit. I was wearing a cover-up. I was, my ball cap, my sunglasses, all that stuff. But I had to try to salvage the things that fell off. But yeah, I think spare set of clothes is the way to go here.
It tracked back to me getting in trouble. So I was in trouble.
Wait. How did you get in trouble?
I'll tell you why. Remember when I went out to the lake, had my hands full, and all of a sudden the phone dips into the water, and I was watching it go down, and I was dressed for dinner?
Yep.
My wife's like, see? Don would have dove in and got the phone.
Oh, my
Instead of having to pay another $800 to get a new phone. So I was in trouble.
That happened years ago.
She doesn't forget.
That was years ago.
Yeah. So I was in trouble at the end of the night. And Don was the hero.
Don.
I can't win. I never win, which is fine.
Although you did get a good chuckle out of it. That's sort of a win.
And I'd sit there yesterday watching TV and just start laughing, and Angie would be like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, I'm like, literally, when his feet were above his head as he was going into the water, I'm like, there's no way this is happening.
Like you thought this only happens in a sitcom.
The best was the shorts, because this is the kind of guy here. Black underwear with cream-colored linen shorts.
But to be fair, you couldn't see the black underwear when the cream-colored linen shorts were dry, right?
Not like when they were wet. Yeah.
I know. I'm thinking he thought it was a safe bet. He thought it was a safe choice.
And then the shirt off in the vestibule with the band playing all this.
What was he doing with his shirt? Like he was just trying to air dry it and wave it in the air?
No, he thought we were going to walk around to the back patio, so he had another 150 steps before he really had to put the shirt on.
Wait, so he, in his mind, was going to walk through the restaurant full of people.
No, we were going to walk around the backside.
Oh, okay.
And then he said, because the girls were in the bar.
Yeah.
So he's like, hell with it. Let's just go inside. And I was this close to saying, well, you got to wear a shirt in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's basic.
Yeah.
No shoes, no shirt, no service. That's just, it's one of the two rules you have to follow.
I mean, you guys are going home to change, right?
Yeah.
I'm probably not coming back.
That's
giving up.
Yeah. I would have said, I'll take the boat back. You guys have a nice
dinner. I'll be at home.
Right?
I give up.
Jen, because if you go in, I mean, that's hair, that's makeup, right?
Well, you're talking to me here. There's a chance I might not have my hair and makeup done. There's a chance I just look like I do right now walking into the restaurant. It depends on how wet I was. And how...
What do you mean how wet?
I mean, he was underwater.
If you go underwater, once you're wet, you're wet.
Yeah, hear me out, though. Certain clothes dry faster than others,
Linen.
And it's pretty steamy right now. And if you guys were sitting outside, there's a chance that in about, an hour, you'd be dry or your clothes would be dry.
By the
Just
end of the
depends
meal.
on what you're wearing.
By the end of the meal, you
could
be dry.
This guy is a hero. I mean, bucking trend, bucking the norms, walking in, not a care in the world. I kind of admire his, what do you call it? Chutzpah? Is that the word?
Yeah. Yeah, he's that kind of guy, too. He just marches to the beat
Well,
of
we
his own
figured
drum.
there was a reason you were friends with him, because when you told he was an academic,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, a little odd couple happening here, huh?
And he had the knee brace on. It was lovely. Yeah.
You jealous of his knee brace? Since
Well,
you're
we just
having
got
little
the
knee
talking.
issues
Well,
yourself?
hold on. We just got the talking, and I'm playing tuck away with the Spaniard who's coming
Ooh.
into town, and I got a bad wheel.
You've had a bad knee for a little bit?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where I can't really swing, and Josh, he's like, well, just get one of those neoprene knee braces
Please?
and play with that. And I'm like, no.
Oh, like copper fit?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I mean, if
I'm
you
like,
text Brett,
no,
I'm sure he's got a couple somewhere.
no. I'm like, I will swing like a goonard that I am and not look like a dork. If you're wearing a black knee brace with shorts on playing golf,
What if they're black shorts?
I can't do that.
Because then you have to wear the black shoes, and you can't wear the black shoes
Yeah.
when you play golf
Just
and you're
wear
wearing shorts.
pants, for goodness sake.
It's gonna
If
be
you gotta
hot.
wear the knee
85
brace.
degrees.
Also,
What?
The rules you have are so bizarre.
The look trumps
everything.
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 The look trumps
Pain?
everything.
You're
it doesn't.
Yes.
It
No,
doesn't
it
because
trumps pain.
it doesn't because
Well, for
when-
you, yes. For him, it does.
Wait a minute,
but
wait
it
a minute,
doesn't
wait a minute.
Because he's going to have a worse time on the course because he can't get around on his bad
But I'll
wheel.
look good.
I
but then you'll
think,
be more mad.
hear me out, guys. I think this experience this week was a lesson from above. I think it was God's way. He has Donnie knee brace, walking into a restaurant, no shirt, soaking wet, and it was a lesson for Chew to not give a rip. The lesson was,
Hold on,
hey,
hold on.
wherever you're going, it doesn't matter. Wear the knee brace for the knee pain. I
Hold
think
on.
that's what we have here.
Give me a softer word than dork.
Doofus?
No, that's
Nah,
stronger.
that's stronger.
That's stronger. Give me a softer word.
Nerd?
E, put an E on the end of it. Nerd
Nerdy?
E. Can we go a little lighter?
Oh, okay.
I'm just
as part of what you're worried about. You were a high level athlete. You went to 3 Pro Bowls. You played in the NFL for almost a
Maybe.
decade.
Yeah.
So like, there's a little embarrassment if an athlete of your caliber has to put on a knee sleeve to play golf.
with
is
you.
that part of this?
Yeah.
Wait. All old athletes are hobbling around with braces of some sort.
Yeah, but I
You
don't
guys
think I'm
abused
old.
your body.
See, that's the next part.
The knee brace, to me, is worth 6 shots. If I really cared, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it was going to improve my game by 6 shots,
yeah,
I might wear the knee brace.
One. We got some things to go over here. 1 year old. Get over it.
I don't
Accept
think
it.
56 old.
I mean, what we're figuring out here is Chewy is truly like Shrek. He's an ogre that has layers.
I consider
right?
myself
We're peeling back these layers,
Yeah.
trying to get to the core of what the true issue is and why he won't wear a knee brace while he's playing golf.
Josh, if you came in anything other than a hat and a flannel, I'd be like, what are you doing?
I'm not wearing flannel today, smart guy. I got my long sleeve
But he
Newport
has a look.
skirt on.
Yeah,
right?
and this fits his look. Yes.
Like white socks with Jerusalem cruisers. Not a lot of people can pull that off. I certainly couldn't.
But
For
here's
the
thing.
for the people playing at home, can we remind everybody what Jerusalem cruisers
What are
are?
those called?
Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
But mine are the actual clogs, not the sandals.
Yeah,
Jerusalem cruisers are usually the 2-strap sandals.
I'm telling you, Chew, I think the lesson here in this experience you had was to not care so much about what you look like or what people think. You know, Donnie Boy's walking into a restaurant soaking wet, drenched
Without
after
a shirt.
falling
Leaving
in.
a trail.
You know, and you're over here going,
case
I don't want to put a knee brace on. People might make fun of me.
Yeah, but Don's personality fits it. That's why I'm looking for the softer word.
Yeah. But here's the thing. You're very recognizable. People look at you and go, oh, I know who that guy is. I remember him.
Not always. They're like, he's big and he's this. He had to have done something. They might not. You know what I
and
mean?
then the knee brace makes sense.
No, then they're going to go, yeah, Division 3. Played at Oshkosh.
See? This
You
is the
know?
problem. What's wrong with playing at Oshkosh?
Nothing's wrong with it.
This guy, he
I
needs a
prefer
couch
playing for the
session. We got a couch session
Fair.
coming up for
That's
our
very
guy.
fair.
We're unpacking a lot of stuff here this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. All warmed up, all stretched out. A lot of stuff to get to this morning. Obviously, a very big weekend as the Brewers sweep the Nationals. again. What have they won? 7 straight? If it weren't for the Boston Red Sox winning 10 straight, I feel like they'd be a national story. But alas, the national media is still ignoring the Milwaukee Brewers. Jacob Mizorowski was named to the All-Star team, and apparently people had problems with that. We'll get into all of that this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Stick around.
Let me tell you about our friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I know everybody was out there last week. I was bummed that I missed it because the Pella Experience Center lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options. And I'd been out there before. I've checked out all the different options. It's great because you get all these customizable options. Plus, they've got windows and doors for every budget. Stop by soon. If you order by July 31st, you get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Yeah, 0% interest for up to 5 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield or schedule that free in-home consultation like I did today by visiting PellaWI.com. And when you use Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, make sure you tell them that Gabe Neitzel sent you.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound 94 got some backups from 27th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard on westbound 94. We got northbound 41 backing up from Mayfair Road all the way up past Capitol Drive. The southbound side slowing from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny, hazy, warm, a high of 86. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one partner. To get access to over 3 million products, including many products you won't find in our stores. It's time to get delivery on your schedule or next day on over 50,000 products. And time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our stores. From ordering to planning, we've got you. One partner, any job, all in. Ask about all we can now do at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
This July 23rd, 3rd Street Market Hall will host a fundraiser benefiting the Milwaukee Police Department's Fallen Heroes Fund. Show your support and make a big impact on July 23rd at 4 p.m. at Venue 3 inside 3rd Street Market Hall. Honoring the life of Officer Kendall Corder, we invite you to join us and raise funds for all Milwaukee families affected. 100% of the proceeds will support the fund. Show your support and make a big impact on July 23rd at 4 p.m. at Venue 3 inside 3rd Street Market Hall. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for event information.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm going to go with the corn dog, the old corn dog. The corn dog for the
pierogies
birthday.
and borscht all day long.
That's just crazy. Nobody likes borscht, let alone
God,
on their
it's
birthday.
so good. It's the only thing that makes my mouth water, other than my wife.
On 94.5 ESPN.
What a weekend it was for the Milwaukee Brewers. My goodness, are they on a tear. Winners of 7 straight. Obviously, we talked about them sweeping the Dodgers. Then they go out there and sweep the Nationals. And Woodruff was back on the hill this weekend. Freddie Peralta back on the hill this weekend. Woodruff back at AmFam Field, almost said Miller Park, out of autopilot. It was a great weekend. And to me, the highlight, in addition to the team doing so well, putting together a lot of really good games, was Jacob Misiorowski being named to the All-Star game. So Jacob Misiorowski, of course, has made 5 starts in Major League Baseball. He has been phenomenal, save 1, but he bounced back from that outing and really showed that he is one of the top most exciting pitchers, one of the top players, exciting players in Major League Baseball right now. Take a listen to Jacob Misiorowski reacting to being named to the All-Star game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm speechless. I mean, it's awesome. It's very unexpected, and it's an honor.
You can tell you're emotional.
Yeah.
Jeff said you were emotional when you got the news. What are you thinking about to get this news?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time coming, and I just want to honor the guys around me and be a Brewer.
Is in your wildest dreams coming into this season, could you have envisioned something like this happening?
No, not even close.
How did they break the news to you? What happened?
Got called in the Murph's office and sitting in there, and he said, "Hey, close the door. Come on, get in here." And yeah, basically broke it to me, and I had to sit there the whole game and not tell anyone.
So if you can't tell from that audio, Misiorowski's got tears in his eyes. He is visibly emotional. It means a lot to the 23-year-old kid. And he had about, how long, Gabe, would you say he had to enjoy it before all of a sudden there were stories of how there were other teams, other players who thought it was BS that this young kid had been named to the All-Star game?
That was the Phillies right away on Saturday morning. So he found out about this on Friday. Following morning, there's an article out on The Athletic about how I believe Nick Castellanos compared the All-Star game to a Savannah Bananas game. Trey Turner basically said it was a joke because he thought there were a couple of pitchers on their team that had earned the honor over Misiorowski. What those players failed to mention, but luckily the article did, is that both those pitchers, and then also Zach Wheeler, who declined to play in the All-Star game, had opportunities to play, and they went, nah, I'm good.
All right, I'll say this. It's no fault of the kid.
No.
Not his fault whatsoever. Okay? Good for him. Great. But kind of agree with the Phillies.
Well, no, but
after 6 games,
what,
but if I got beat out in a Pro Bowl voting by someone who played 5 games,
but Chewy, it would be like if you got beat out by a Pro Bowl because you said no. They came to you and said, "Hey, do you want to play?"
So he was the next alternate?
No. So what it came out to was that 12 pitchers had been asked before Misiorowski to fill the spot that was available, and they all declined. Now, listen, that's your prerogative, right? If you want to spend those 4 or 5 days, whatever it ends up being, depending on when your team plays last, with your family, on vacation, taking a mental, physical break, you are absolutely well within your right to do just that. But what you can't do then is crab about, or have your teammates crab about, or other players crab about the fact that this young kid said yes.
I didn't know that. I thought he just got voted in. Well, then that's on them.
Yeah.
That's on the Phillies, you know?
And one guy was kind of, upset because he had a $200,000 bonus, which the Phillies ended up paying out.
Oh, I thought it was 50. Whoa, 200 is way higher than I thought it was.
Yeah, it was $200K.
Like, how many games has Freddie, how many games has he?
20. He's pitched 20 games this year.
And he's only pitched 6. But I get, if 12 guys say no and you're the next.
Well, because the other thing that I don't think athletes realize this enough when they're in, and Chewy, you can tell me if I'm wrong about this. Because first and foremost, I know the athletes don't treat it like this. Maybe some do. But to the owners, to everybody else, this is a form of entertainment. First and foremost, sports are entertainment.
Yeah.
They're competition, yes, and that's the form of entertainment that people want to tune in and watch. But I don't think anybody can argue that Jacob Misiorowski throwing 102 miles an hour on Tuesday night isn't going to be entertaining.
Yeah, that's going to be
especially if he gets one of the big marquee matchups. If he gets to go up against somebody like Cal Raleigh or Aaron Judge from the American League, and now he gets to go out there and throw a couple of 102-mile-an-hour heaters.
Yeah,
people are going to want to see that, and that's entertaining. So good on baseball for promoting a young star, a young up-and-coming star, and putting him in a position that he can shine in the All-Star game.
Well, and it's like anything else, guys. You get to a certain point in your career, and maybe some of these things feel like obligations. Maybe they don't feel as exciting or as novel as they did at the beginning, and that's fine as well. Look, like I said, if you choose to take those days off, go hang out with your family, go to the beach, go, you know what I mean? Get away. That makes sense to me as well. But what I don't love is that there were guys popping off, running their mouth, and taking this moment away from Mizorowski, right? I feel a little protective, right? He's a 23-year-old kid. If you watch the entire video of him standing at his locker, you can't help but feel emotional yourself because it clearly means so much to him. So I hated that within 24 hours, you had guys in the league who, I'm not saying you got to root for Mizorowski because obviously he's on another team and his success might affect your team's success in the end. But at the very least, be informed. At the very least, understand the dynamic and understand the logistics of what went on before you do steal some of the joy. You know, and again, good on the Brewers. He didn't have to defend himself or anything like that. But you're telling me that Mizorowski opening up social or some of his pals are telling him about how the Phillies are running their mouths and saying that, again, I don't think it was specifically about him. It was more about how it all shook out. But they clearly were uninformed about other players turning down the opportunity that Mizorowski accepted.
Well, like I was, you know. Let's say they didn't turn it down. Let's just say they didn't turn it.
Yeah.
There was 12 guys. He was at the top of that list. Then you guys would have a problem with it, right?
I would understand the frustration.
Okay.
I would still stand by my... So these pitchers, you know, these other pitchers from Philly, they're having great seasons. Obviously, I mean, the Phillies are one of the best teams in the National League. Great. But if baseball decided to make a business decision of, hey, more people probably know who Mizorowski is right now because he's hot. He's he's matched up with Skeens, had a nationally televised game against Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers, and he delivered. Hey, let's strike while the iron's hot. And for one of our replacements, let's put him in the All-Star game. I understand that a lot of players, and obviously one player here did, have contract ties to making All-Star games.
Yeah.
But these, at the end of the day, are exhibitions, and they are for entertainment purposes only. And if more people know who Jacob Mizorowski is, that's better for baseball that he's in the All-Star game and pitches in the All-Star game because it draws more attention.
Well, I had the same thing happen to me in my fourth year because I came out of nowhere, made the Pro Bowl, and Brent Jones, remember Brent Jones? Mm-hmm. It was always him and Jay Novacek.
Yeah.
And I got the nod over Brent Jones, who went to like the last 2 or 3 Pro Bowls, and he bum-rapped me, even though my stats were much better than his, and he wound up, it was awkward because Jay Novacek declined.
Because they went to the Super Bowl that year.
Declined the Pro Bowl, so Brent Jones was now my backup because he was the first alternate, but he apologized.
Oh.
He was like, I was out of line. I was just having a bad day, and
good on him.
Yeah, so it was good on him. I mean, I don't care. I don't hold grudges.
I also think it's a risky move by the Phillies, guys.
Who laughed there?
That wasn't a laugh. That was a...
That was a scoff. Yeah, she was scoffing at the notion that you don't hold grudges.
I don't think I do.
Okay, how's your relationship with Ashy going right now?
Well, he's a rat.
I rest my case.
And who piled on but Gabe, because he took my worst putt out at Pella instead of taking the one that I put to within 5 feet to win the match, you know?
All I said this morning, Jen, was it looked like you guys had a good time out at Pella Windows and Doors on Thursday. However, his putting looked a little out of practice because he was really pulling his putts.
It was the first one.
Grudgeless Chimura over there making my case for me. I do think it's a risky move by the Phillies, though, guys, and hear me out. Like, this Brewers team, man, they have each other's backs. That's been obvious from day one. They obviously have thrown together, and we'll continue talking about the Brewers' 56 wins before the All-Star break. I believe that sets a franchise record. You come after their guy, their young kid, I feel like they're going to hold on to this, too. You talk about holding on to grudges. I feel like if the Brewers and Phillies face off, and there's a chance that they will down the road in the playoffs, Brewers going to use this as a little bit of motivation. You know, there's a part of me that feels like you came after our guy. You try to take away his joy, take away, rain on his parade a little bit. I feel like the Brewers might hang on to this and have some choice words and choice reaction for the Phillies down the stretch.
Labor Day weekend, Jen. Not weekend. Labor Day Monday. They start a 3-game series with the Phillies here in Milwaukee.
Didn't Hoskins play for the Phillies?
He did, yeah,
So
for a couple
he
years.
probably knows a bunch of those guys.
Will Hoskins be back by then? What'd you say the date? Oh, Labor Day.
Labor
He'll
Day,
be
yeah.
back.
Yeah,
'cause
Hoskins
he's
will be
the
back by then.
end of August is when he's expected back. 800-990-3776. Your reaction to Jacob Mizorowski being named to the All-Star game. Just 5 starts, but wow, those 5 starts have been really impressive. We heard from him just a few moments ago, and we'll continue talking about your Milwaukee Brewers because they are on a tear. I mentioned the Boston Red Sox. What do they have? 10 straight wins headed into the All-Star break? Brewers have 7. So, I mean, this is a team, we mentioned the 56 wins, that are really starting to surprise people, and people are starting to take notice. We'll talk more about your Milwaukee Brewers right after this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Cheez-It, the legendary snack cracker. It's now available in a different form as a frozen pizza. What? You're probably going, what? Cheez-It? As a frozen pizza? That's right. Each crust, a giant original Cheez-It flavored cracker. Crust, it's square shaped because of course, I mean, it has to be. Like Cheez-It, it's going to be square. So it is ultra thin, super crispy, the perfect amount of Cheez-It flavor as the crust. And then on top of the crust, flavors that perfectly complement that classic Cheez-It taste, including Italian 4 cheese, cheddar jack supreme, and pepperoni. With one of the shortest bake times, you'll go from freezing to cheesing in as few as 8 minutes. Find Cheez-It frozen pizza in your favorite grocer's frozen pizza section. Make sure you try the Cheez-It flavored cracker crust because Cheez-It is now available in a frozen pizza.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 41, still going to be a bit backed up from Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. Northbound slowing from Mayfair Road up past Capitol, almost to Hampton. Westbound 94 still has some delays now from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound not looking too bad, just a little bit tight coming out of the stadium interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny, hazy, warm, a high of 86. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The open road is calling, and the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, you could burn rubber on a custom Harley-Davidson in the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Play with your rewards card all July for entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire up your fantasy. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text CASH to 231231. CASH to 231231. CASH to 231231.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
363. What's that?
The number of yards they gave up on the ground against the Philadelphia
It's a Bible
Eagles.
verse, John 3:63. Look it up. Tell us what
I
it
thought
says.
it was Joe 363, and it was "Thou shalt not get past me on the line of scrimmage."
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're buying or building a new home, Great Midwest Bank helps guide you every step of the way. They'll take care of giving you all the best options. So when you get ready for your next big life decision, get fast and flexible mortgage pre-approval straight from Great Midwest Bank's experienced and, most importantly, local loan officers. From start to finish, bank with confidence. Great Midwest Bank is your simply local equal housing lender. See all of their customizable products at greatmidwestbank.com. That's greatmidwestbank.com.
I'm never gonna hear the words you say, and I don't ever wanna be you.
Let's just pick June 1st for funsies. Since June 1st, the Brewers have the best record in the National League. In fact, only 2 teams in Major League Baseball have a better record since June 1st than the Milwaukee Brewers. What they're doing has been impressive. What they are doing has been incredible. It has been electric. It has been exciting. And now, guys, I think we are in the space where we can say World Series. Say World Series. Say the words. Say this team could be in the World Series. And I know it's still early. I know we're not sitting here, after the All-Star break. But 56 wins before the All-Star break, Gabe, has given me the confidence. And maybe it's chutzpah, as we talked about Chewy's pal a little bit earlier, but it's giving me the confidence to be able to say World Series.
What's up?
We were a little distracted. I'm sorry, Jen.
Did you guys hear what I said about the Milwaukee Brewers?
Just put my headphones
we
on
were-
a second ago.
A number of different things were going on. But I'm going to blame golf. We were talking about golf.
It's Monday. Okay, now go.
I'm not going to repeat everything I just said. All right? Bunch of buffoons over there. Just doing radio to myself, apparently.
I was listening to you and watching them going, I don't know if they know we're back. We've been back for a minute and a half.
No way.
I did a read. Yeah. I did a whole thing about the Brewers having the best record in the National League since June 1st. Only 2 teams in Major League Baseball have a better record.
I blame Joshy for not producing us. He should have told us we were back.
Yeah, your fault.
Josh, you told me we were back. I was on it.
Okay, well, you told one person.
Can't you
didn't
hear
tell
the
other
music
2.
in your ears? This is weird.
No, I mean, we were
chatting up a storm.
All right, can we chat about the Milwaukee
Yeah.
Brewers, or do you
Fire
want
away.
to chat about something else?
What do you
Gabe, are you comfortable saying the words World Series when it comes to this Milwaukee Brewers team now, that they could be a World Series team?
I think now, again, in baseball, things are weird, right? Like, you can get hot at the right time, and, I mean, they've been riding some of that, like Andrew Vaughn. Like, who knew that Andrew Vaughn was going to help carry this team for a week and be part of their 7-game winning streak? I don't know if that's going to continue, because that dude really struggled for the better part of 2 years before getting traded to the Brewers. If they had one more bat in this lineup, they could be looked at as, and I know Jeff Passan said this last week when he was on Wilde and Tausch, if they had one more legitimate bat, like with power is what I'm talking about in terms of legitimate bat, in the middle of that lineup, they would be looked at as legitimate threats with what they have in the starting staff, the bullpen, and then the lineup. I'm still worried about the lineup being able to come through in a 3-game series, because that's what they would be at right now. They would be a 3-game series, have to play the wild card round. If they can continue to get hot and get one of those buys, man, those buys, that would be huge, because now you don't have that pressure of, all right, you got to win 2 out of 3, otherwise that's it. Now it's, okay, you can win 3 out of 5. You can get to that divisional round.
Do you have to be a buyer, though? Because I'm sure the Cubs are going to do something. I'm sure
there are a lot of teams that would love to buy. And here's the tricky part. Like, Jen, you mentioned the Red Sox. A week ago, the Red Sox were probably sellers. Okay, what are we going to do with Bregman? I mean, he's got an option, but we traded away Devers. That didn't really work out. They were going to be sellers. They were going to potentially sell off some pieces. Then they got hot. Now they're right in the middle of the wild card in the American League.
And Abreu was a bat that people were talking about from the Red Sox that the Brewers could potentially acquire, so that does change that dynamic.
But so that's the problem right now is with the addition of the extra playoff teams and both leagues being really competitive, there's not going to be a ton out there to buy.
I also think, though, on the other hand, a team no one thought was necessarily going to be sellers. Apparently, all the Diamondbacks are available except for Carroll.
Yeah.
So that it's a double-edged sword, and what happens every year is one team no one thinks should be buying is buying everyone they can, and the team that everyone's like, well, I think they're pretty good, ends up being sellers. It's all about finding the right deal and the right guy that makes sense for your squad on literally, it seems like the week of the trade deadline.
Because yes, I think teams are going to wait just to see exactly where they are. And in terms of the Diamondbacks, like Eugenio Suarez is a bat that, dude's got 31 home runs right now. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. Is there going to be a bidding war for him? Is that going to get too rich for the Brewers' blood?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, we had talked about CeCe Sabathia ad nauseum when it comes to the Brewers' history and how they went out and got him knowing he would be a free agent at the end of that season. I don't know if I want the Brewers in a situation like that where they're basically going out and renting a player for the second half of the season, likely not being able to retain them after that. I don't know if that's part of their business model.
Are the Cardinals buyers at 6.5 back?
Maybe. That's why I think it comes down to, like Josh said, that's why it's going to ultimately come down to, okay, what do you do right away out of the All-Star break? Like, teams are going to have to make these decisions, and they're going to wait as long as humanly possible. Because you used to also in baseball have the waiver trade deadline, which was a month later. They've gotten rid of that. So this is the last chance you've got to get a player from another organization unless somebody inexplicably gets cut in the last month of the season.
I hear you that you are pro-buy, Gabe. Are you concerned at all about buying and then messing up the chemistry, the lineup that you currently have? Look, we'd said while you were gone that, yes, Andrew Vaughn's production has been impressive. And I said maybe he can be that bat. Maybe he needed a change of scenery. And so far, he's been delivering. Your hesitancy seems to be that he's not going to be able to keep it up. And I hear that from a lot of people when it comes to Andrew Vaughn. But are you worried at all about you go out and get a guy who then has to play a position that you've got guys who have been playing well at that position, and you start to mess with the chemistry, which, by the way, has been really good for the Milwaukee Brewers over the last few months?
I think guys understand it.
It's
I mean,
a big
we
boy
did
league.
for remember Robert Brooks goes down the Super Bowl year, and we're like, oh, man, what do we do? And then there was talk of bringing Rison in. And Andre, I think he get cut by Cleveland, but there was still that, like, he is going to come in and destroy the locker room, you know? And I forget who the next man up was before Rison got there. They understand.
Terry Mickens?
Might have been Terry Mickens.
He had 2 touchdowns.
But he came in and he was fine. He just, their locker room is strong enough to where if they brought in anyone, players know.
I think we here have learned a very specific message of when the Josh Hader trade happened and it ruined the team. I think the inverse happens when you see your front office decide these guys are good and we want to invest in them. I think it has like the exact opposite effect of it invigorates the team. It gives them a little more juice. Sure, one guy now is not going to have his job that likely was starting or getting more regular at-bats.
It's Caleb Durbin.
But all those other guys, the Christian Yelich's, Jackson Churio, Bryce Terang, Sal Frelick, they all look around and go, they believe in us. Because what they told us the Hader trade year was they don't believe in us.
And I think it's an easy conversation. Let's say third base is something that Brewers fans have circled all year long, and now Caleb Durbin is playing really well there. But if you invested in a power bat there and you were able to get somebody like Suarez, I think it's an easy conversation of, look, Caleb, you're still going to be a big part of our future. You're a young guy. But we had an opportunity to get somebody that does something that you can't do. And that's hit a ton of home runs. Like, we love you. You're still going to get at bats. You're still, because you can play second base. You can play third base. We can rotate guys around. We can be creative and still find ways to get you at bats. But we just looked at this as an opportunity to improve this year's team and take a big swing.
So the only flip side of the coin that Joshy presented, and Joshy, I tend to agree with your assessment, is if the Brewers don't go out and get somebody, then do they interpret it as they don't think we're good enough? Or do you see it as we've got all we need?
Yeah, I think it's more that. I think if you sell and you end up trading somebody away, then people start looking around. But even with they set the franchise record for wins before the All-Star break. So they know that there's good and there's something going on there. I don't think you look at non-action as a negative. I think it's you understand this is a business. The trade wasn't there. We weren't comfortable with the prices. I don't think you totally go the other way and you just look around at the guys you have and say, well, some of us just need to step up.
Well, and honestly, I know everybody, in terms of player acquisition, loves to talk about how the Brewers don't necessarily do enough. They're pretty active most trade deadlines when they feel like they've got a good enough team. Now, last year it was improving on the periphery, adding guys like Aaron Savale, to the back part of the rotation so you could get more innings. Adding a guy like Marcana a couple of years ago. Again, that's a periphery move in terms of adding a bat to the lineup. So I expect the Brewers to be active in one way or another because Matt Arnold has shown, whether it's just a small move, hasn't made that big splash move yet, he's going to be active at the deadline if he thinks there's a way to improve the team and give them a better chance for the rest of the season into the playoffs.
A B player, not an A.
Yeah, because again, I think the A players are going to be, after Suarez, it kind of, again, people thought maybe Bregman could have been available. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case for the Red Sox. Maybe Ryan McMahon from the Colorado Rockies is available, who could be a bigger price because he's got multiple years left on his deal.
What would it take to get like a Bregman? Would it be really?
It's hard to.
His contract is such an interesting one because he's got two options on it worth $40 million each year, and teams don't want to necessarily line up for that.
That's a lot of cash.
Yeah, so that's what it would be complicated to trade him, which is why he's also likely staying in Boston.
I brought it up last week, but the trading the top prospects for rentals thing, that's sort of gone away. In a way where in baseball you used to buy a rental for like your first or second best guy. Mm-hmm. Now teams are more reticent to give away those guys because they understand the team building thing, and even like the big market teams aren't doing it as much. So I don't think the Brewers are necessarily going to have to give up their number one prospect to get significantly better at a position.
The only way you would have to give up a number one prospect is for a young player with years of control.
Right, like a Acuna or...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't want to get into Brewers Twitter overreacting to a bad, to a trade that was out there. All
right, so before we wrap this up, let me give you some of the names that are on the list of people that the Brewers could go after. You mentioned Abreu of the Red Sox, Ryan O'Hearn of the Orioles, first baseman, outfielder, Taylor Ward of the Angels, outfielder, first baseman, and then we mentioned Suarez of the D-backs. Gabe, rank those four options from most desirable to least desirable for me.
I would go Suarez just because of the power. O'Hearn's he's a good hitter. Like his home run totals,
but it's a rental,
aren't
right?
High. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, he would be a rental. So I'd say Suarez. I'd go O'Hearn, and then Taylor Ward after that.
And no Abreu because you don't think he'll be available.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think the Red Sox are. Again, they made everybody mad by trading Devers when they were competitive. Now they're competitive again. I can't imagine they're going to sell off pieces. I think they would buy at this point more than anything else. Like Ward's interesting because he does have those home run totals. He's up over 20, but the other numbers just kind of don't add up. So there's a lot of swing and miss in there.
800-990-3776. React to, would you go out and get a bat? Here are some of the names that were out there. We just rattled them off. Would you go out and get a bat if you're the Milwaukee Brewers, or do you feel comfortable standing pat with what they have? Let us know. 800-990-3776. You can always weigh in on the YouTube stream as well on ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube stream. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Roll on right after this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong wind and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Modernizing business technology is critical for a positive impact on efficiency and reducing operating costs. That's exactly what Tri-City National Bank found out when they called on James Imaging Systems. Listen to bank CIO Robert Prang.
We also went through a large retooling of our print environment, changing from where we had almost 200 printers.
All the way down to just 97 printers. That's managed print services from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed Wisconsin business technology company.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
Robert, would you recommend managed print services from James Imaging Systems?
Yes, in a heartbeat, I would recommend James.
Learn more at jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Evan Cohen here. Typically, you don't associate speed with quality. For example, you don't go through a fast food drive-thru and expect a gourmet meal to go. Well, here's an exception. If you're hiring, you can find candidates fast who are also extremely qualified for your job. Just use ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can proactively find qualified candidates in minutes. No wonder why ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, The Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy The Bog.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I mean, this world is geared towards women. Like, what do we
I am
get?
stepping away from this. Goodbye.
Like, what do we get? They get a comb that dries your hair. We get a stupid razor.
Hey,
I mean, what's the coolest thing we get? They get the hair dryer?
Control.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I'm sitting here in a radio studio in Bristol, Connecticut, before our show got underway, and I'm listening to Evan Cohen talk about his Netflix habits. Evan Cohen admits that he and his wife do not have separate accounts on Netflix. So, you know, like you can have one account on Netflix, but then when you go into Netflix, you can have one for Gabe and one for Z and one for Chew and one for Ange. And he said that his wife's their account keeps getting messed up because her preference in shows is different than his preference in shows, and the algorithm is all screwed up. This to me feels like a very, very, very simple solution. Why is Evan Cohen not having separate? They're not accounts. What are they called, guys? Separate
Users.
profiles.
Profiles.
What are we doing?
Wait, do people have separate? I mean, I know you can, but people actually set those up?
Yeah, this is lawless.
Oh, no.
Having the same one?
Oh, me and Z use the same one.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't need to see every dating show possible on Netflix. I want the stuff I'm watching. I want Seinfeld right there at a click.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've got the top 10 there, top 10 shows, top 10 movies.
Gabe, you should come over to our house and see the difference in profiles. It's like they're two different apps. The stuff I'm presented versus because I've clicked accidentally into hers and been like, what is this stuff?
You didn't even realize it existed on Netflix?
What world did I just walk into?
Yeah, it's a whole different. You got to get different profiles.
Why?
Because I don't want to watch Love Island or whatever corny dating show, and I don't want to be
Love Island, Love Peninsula,
together?
Love Isthmus.
Like,
they got them all.
We're watching Slow Horses right now. And I don't know who's... You never seen it? It's on Apple. Yeah, it's very good.
Like, I'm more likely to watch a history documentary, a war documentary, something along those lines. And then when you watch those, it feeds you more of them that are on there.
Do you watch TV together?
No.
You don't watch TV? That's weird.
No.
Because we're always like, all right, whose profile it on? That way it picks up right where we left off.
Okay, so you do have separate profiles, too.
Yes.
But you still watch shows together. So we do the same thing, but we certainly have different profiles because Dario's taste in television is very different than my taste in television. And I want it to, like Joshy said, feed me other things that are similar to the things that I have enjoyed.
Do you do
and
that?
That's why, go ahead.
Do you guys do that on every app? Not just Netflix?
Well,
so on HBO Max, Peacock?
I don't use Paramount. No, Netflix and Apple, I think, are the ones. But here's what I will say. You gotta, on Netflix, thumbs up, thumbs down things. You gotta thumbs up, thumbs down them.
Never done
you
that
finish a
even
show.
once.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing that either.
You guys
I've never
aren't
done that
using
once.
the algorithm to its full power, to its full capabilities.
I think watching
The
stuff...
less Netflix knows about me, the more comfortable I am.
Yeah, I gotta break something to you, Gabe.
I'm fine. Yeah, look, I know they know some. I'm not volunteering more information whether or not I like the show. I'll leave that to myself.
I also
robot.
think just watching a full season of stuff or watching a bunch of episodes in a row lends itself to, even if you're not thumbs upping, they got a pretty good idea you're enjoying.
I mean, maybe I hate watched it the way I did the entire season or the entire show of Entourage when that came out 20 years ago.
That's fair. But
maybe I'm hate watching stuff.
That's an option, but you can't. You got to have separate.
I'm not sure how advanced the algorithm was 10 years ago, though, gang. I'm not sure at that point it was really doing the data mining that it is doing now. I can't believe that there are people in the year of our Lord 2025 who don't have separate profiles on their Netflix account.
Fine.
We have Dario, we have Jen, we have Chase, our 16-year-old, we have Kids, which is for the girls. And then we have Grandma for when Grandma comes over. We try to make it as easy as possible for her. She's got her own profile on there. She could just go right to the Grandma logo, the Grandma avatar.
Yeah, but you only got so many profiles. Like, I have to share mine with my daughter because it's me, you know.
You also have to pay that.
Why?
Because if you're not within the range in the household thing, they crack down on people sharing passwords. So it charges you more when you're out of state or not in the same address.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Not shocking.
I think they're probably keeping that from you.
Well, we also know Chewy's not the one who's paying all the bills in
I was
the
going
house.
to say, you got to keep it from Angie is what they got to do. It's hard to pull a fast one on Angie.
They're keeping it from him because that could be used as, well, she gets this, why don't I get to use Amazon? It's all a negotiation. We have to remember that.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on. Full second hour coming your way into
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 41 backing up from just about Appleton Avenue down to Capitol. Northbound's backing up from Mayfair Road up to Hampton. Southbound 43 slow from Good Hope Road down past Silver Spring. On the northbound side, just north of Capitol Drive, you're starting to slow down a little bit. Eastbound 94, watch for delays from 84th Street through the stadium to 35th. Westbound's heavy out of the Marquette, pretty much all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound on 4394 starting to slow down a little bit too, right around the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Mostly sunny, hazy, warm, a high of 86. Tonight, mainly clear, low of 68. Weather's brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. WeatherTech Vintage Weekend is coming up July 17th through the 20th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
You know, I couldn't stop talking about it to my family and friends. My knees are my trouble spot. But for me to tell them now that I'm doing so much better, they were amazed, and I've been amazed.
QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies. Yes, it is amazing how these non-surgical treatments deliver joint pain relief for patients like Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor.
Each week, I just started noticing that I could sleep and not have pain. I could play pickleball. I could do a CrossFit exercise routine.
QC Kinetics revitalizes your joints so you can move again without the pain pills or invasive surgery.
You know, I'm 60 years old and I want to stay competitive as long as I can. And QC has allowed me to do that. They did me right and really made a difference in my life.
Book your free consultation with QC Kinetics today and experience the difference for yourself.
I like to go, move, move, move.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime.
The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He reads, so it really doesn't matter.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? I'm all set. Did you take that book with you into the bathroom? What do you want to hear?
Reading is so like 1970. Who flipping reads anymore?
They made me buy it. $100 this thing cost me. I got news for you. If it wasn't for the toilet, there would be no books. They're selling coffee, bran muffins. You're surrounded by reading material. It's entrapment.
Watch your book instead of read it.
Watch my book.
It cuts out one whole process. When you read, you have to filter it through your brain and make a picture.
Yeah.
Instead of the picture just being there for you.
Yeah, I need to return this book.
I'm sorry, we can't take this book back.
Why not?
It's been flagged.
Flagged?
It's been in the bathroom.
It says that on the computer?
Please take it home. We don't want it near the other books.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
She wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing.
The off season is the season of lists. Gotten a lot of them, dove through many of them, analyzed many of them. We have been paying attention to the ESPN.com lists. And Gabe, I believe you have the most recent ones in front of you. You said that tight end was released recently and quarterback was recently released. What were their findings?
So tight ends, interior offensive linemen, offensive tackles, the last ones that have been gone. And then quarterbacks came out today. So I thought for tight ends, maybe Tucker Kraft could sneak into the back end of the top 10 there. Not even close. So he was not even in the honorable mention category that ESPN does for these, the ones that are just outside the top 10. He fell in the others receiving votes category. For an interior offensive lineman, Elton Jenkins came in at 9, making him the third Packer to make one of these lists that ESPN.com has put out. And then today, quarterbacks. Top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. Anybody think Jordan Love made it?
Nope.
Did you already look?
I heard you talking.
Oh, now you're listening.
But he shouldn't be in it.
So
tell me someone who he should replace on the list.
So he comes in. I think it's safe to assume the way that they did this is the next two highest vote getters were C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love. So I think he comes in at number 12, which seems fair to me for Jordan.
The only one that I'm getting a little tired of is Justin Herbert because he doesn't do anything. Right?
A lot of.
I mean, eventually you got to get to a playoff game and win some pretty big games.
You don't give him a pass for last year since it was Harbaugh's first season?
But I don't. What has he done? He's like Mike Trout. You've done nothing. Nothing at all.
I mean,
nothing.
Mike Trout at least won MVPs. Like if Justin Herbert hadn't won anything but had won MVPs, I would understand his inclusion on this list.
Herbert's good, but it's just like, come on.
Well, and also, like, my favorite thing that they do here is the highest ranking and lowest ranking. Like, who on earth is looking at the list? I thought the top 4 quarterbacks in the NFL were pretty undisputed. Like, maybe you can jumble them around and put them in whatever order you wanted.
Yeah.
But somebody ranked Justin Herbert as the 3rd best quarterback in this league.
Wow.
No.
Which is insane to me.
Do you have a problem with Baker Mayfield at 10?
No, because he's been...
Now, Shefty this last week says, I don't understand why people don't like Tampa Bay.
Baker Mayfield has been fantastic the last 2 seasons. So ever since... But, new offensive coordinator... I mean, is the situation the way we talk about Jared Goff all the time, where Jared Goff's game took another step when he had Ben Johnson calling plays for him? Maybe Liam Cohen had the same effect on Baker Mayfield. But I don't know. But Liam Cohen's no longer there. He's now a head coach in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Do you like Matthew Stafford being at number 6?
I'm fine with that.
He had a good year last year. Didn't end well, but
I think
he had a hell of a year.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to tell me that Stafford, and he's not the highest rated NFC quarterback on this list, but if you told me Stafford was, like, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
I think there's a little of him drafting off the Super Bowl win that's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
I think so too, Josh.
I think he's mostly fine to good.
His issue is staying healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, when he's out there, and I think he's also drafting off of they gave the Eagles the best game that they had in the postseason last year.
And I also think because of his offense, it caters to him specifically very well, where some other players on that list might not have offenses as catered to their strengths.
Who's better, Goff or Stafford?
Oh, Stafford.
Stafford, I think so.
No,
one of those guys is a Hall of Famer.
The
other
gap is
isn't.
not that big.
One of those guys is a Hall of Famer, and one is not.
Goff.
Well, and famously, Goff won it head-to-head. That's being rehashed on Quarterback the second season, which I am watching. What I also agreed with in the Matthew Stafford conversation was 17.6% of his throws were considered off target, second worst such clip amongst those who received at least a vote. Feels high. 17% off-target throws for a guy that everybody is lauding as one of the greatest in the game right now, future Hall of Famer. Again, maybe he's on the backside. Maybe there's a slide happening. Jalen Hurts at number 9 was a little surprising to me, considering he led the Eagles to the Super Bowl last year. I could make a case for him being higher on this list.
I would certainly put him ahead of Herbert at this point.
Yeah, I would too.
It seems like Jalen Hurts going to have to keep winning Super Bowls, and Justin Herbert just has to be on bad teams, but like look good at times.
Yeah, it's a great point by you, Josh.
I mean, because Herbert it's all about the tools.
Yes.
Like, he is the tooliest quarterback on the list. Like, he's got the prototypical size, the mechanics are great. Arm is big. Got some athleticism.
Yeah, there are times he looks like a top 5 quarterback. The problem is that's like once every 4 or 5 games, and his team doesn't win all that much.
Is Lamar fair at 4?
Personally, I would have Lamar higher.
I think he's the most dynamic quarterback in the league.
Is Joe Burrow a little bit? What have you done for me lately?
Joe Burrow's so freaking good.
I can't.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying, Chew. However, that defense is trash. And the only thing they had going for it, they decided to piss off with contract negotiations this year, right? Like, when you are constantly putting up 30-plus points per game and losing those games, I don't know. I can't put that on Joe Burrow.
But Lamar is like, his numbers are unbelievable every year. He probably should have won the MVP last year.
Agreed.
I don't know, man. I'm almost taking Lamar behind Mahomes.
Yeah, I would say Lamar. To me, I would go Mahomes, Lamar, Allen, and Burrow.
All right, don't be.
And then would you go Jalen Hurts at 5, or would you go Jaden Daniels the way that they did?
I think 5 is high for Daniels.
I liked Hurts at 5 instead of Daniels. That's what I'm saying. I would have moved Hurts up to 5.
I think you could make a very good argument for that, Jen.
It just flip-flop them.
Yeah.
Who's better, Stroud or Love?
Well, neither made the top 10, right?
But they were the 2 honorable mentions.
Yeah, which I think makes sense.
Well, who's 11? Who's 12?
I think if you're convicted on either one of them, you're using some sort of bias.
I think it's very close.
I don't know if there's anything that differentiates them in any real way.
I would, yeah. Well, did Stroud have that stretch Love had?
Stroud hasn't had that, but Stroud's been more consistent over the course of the 2 years. Like, the ceiling, certainly, I think you can make the argument has been higher for Love.
Remember what they looked like against the Packers?
Yeah.
That was unbelievable, like bad.
Yeah, but they didn't have their receivers. I mean, they didn't have Nico Collins. I think they were missing a couple other receivers, too. He didn't have his weapons, and they did look bad.
They also won a playoff game this year.
Yes.
It's funny because the closer we get to the season, gang, the more I hear people reminding us that Jordan Love was injured last year. I see a lot of people, a lot of pundits, a lot of analysts who keep saying, don't forget, Jordan Love was dealing with a knee injury. Now, this article mentions that as well, but I feel like I've heard it more percentage-wise to defend some of the struggles last season. It feels to me like people want Jordan Love to be better, want Jordan Love to regain that end of the season 2023 caliber play, and that they're willing to say that last year's struggles were mostly due to the injury. Are you guys hearing that? Are you seeing that phenomenon as well?
It seems to be the first thing that no matter what list you're looking at, Jen, or whatever article comes out about Jordan, I feel like that comes up. But I think we got to stay consistent in this. Yeah, that was great for last year. I am willing to give him a pass on that a year ago. Guys play hurt in this league all the time. You have to if you want to truly be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, you have to find a way to continue to play at your expected level, even though you're hurt.
I think the large phenomenon that's happening there is we get away from the season. We don't really remember exactly what happened. We look at stats and go, wow, that's all he had for passing yards and touchdown passes? And people are like, well, he's not as good as I thought. And then you have to remind them, well, he didn't play all the games. He missed significant time. And there was an injury that nagged him for large parts of the season. I think it's one, a convenient excuse, but it's also people you can't be locked into all 32 teams. So you don't know the context of everyone's season. So people have to say, well, yeah, he doesn't have the passing yards you would hope for because he wasn't playing for 2 games.
He's still got to be better.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
If the Packers want to be a better team, when this list comes out next year, he's got to be in that top 10.
Well, so let's do that for the end of this season. Where does he have to fall in this list for the Packers to be where they want to be this year? Does he have to play like a top 5 quarterback? Could he go top 7?
Yeah, 9th Super Bowl.
To win it all? To win it all?
That's where they put Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Apparently you have to just be 9th.
Are you saying to win it all? Yeah, but that's a different roster. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think 5 to 10. After those top 4 guys, he would need to have to be there.
Yeah. If he's 7 on this list next year, I think the Packers probably made an NFC Championship game.
I don't know.
Because, again, the top 4 are kind of locked in.
I mean, but we're sitting here saying Detroit's winning the division. Right?
Which
means wild card.
Yep.
Home. So you got to win 2 playoff games to get to the NFC?
Yeah. Yeah, so if he ends up at like 6 or 7 on this list, I think that means he played well enough to surpass some of those other guys.
I got to chew
like
on
Goff.
that a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you do.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. What?
What are you
funny.
chewing on?
You're a character.
What?
What are you chewing on here?
Nah.
Yeah.
I want to chew on my cords.
What are you? You rat?
Puppy? What are you?
I used to have peach pits in my mouth for hours and hours and hours until I heard the middle was poisonous. Is that
Arsenic.
true? Is that?
I believe that's what's
That
inside
won't
of it.
kill you, though, right away.
Well, no, and you would need to consume a lot of them and eat them.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
That you used to keep peach pits in your mouth for hours at a time?
Hours.
No, I did not know that. I was unaware.
I knew that. You've told
I
us
knew that as
for some
well.
reason.
And I knew about the arsenic, and I knew that Chewy thought if you ate one, it
I
could
have
be
like
poisonous.
4 crowns because I chew ice, and then I crack my teeth.
We told you you're not supposed to do that.
I know,
Wait,
but-
didn't Gabe have an intervention with me years ago about chewing ice?
Tried to.
I don't remember
It worked.
that.
I don't chew ice anymore.
All right, good.
Really?
There you go. That's your claim to fame, Gabe Neitzel. You got Jen Latta to stop
Successfully
chewing ice.
got Jen to stop
Yeah, but the
chewing
nice
ice.
thing is if you get
I'm
crowns...
going to fly a banner in the studio.
If you get crowns, then you don't get cavities.
Yep, you have Superman teeth.
So I asked the dentist if I could just get all my teeth crowned. But the NFL only pays for 1 a year.
I was about to say, and the dentist said, sure, I will take all of your money.
So Chewy's getting a crown a year. Almost got a full set.
Then I don't even think I need to go to the dentist. Because the only reason you go to the dentist are for
Make
cavities.
sure you don't have cavities.
Yeah.
Well,
Cleaning.
they've got some good. Yeah, they've got some good like tools to help clean.
Gums.
Hey, I'm onto something here, okay?
I don't
Rarely.
Roll with me.
I don't think so.
Very rarely.
You're on to getting a crown a year. What a scheme.
Why not just get dentures at that point?
Because I like my teeth.
Because you don't want to seem like you're old.
Well, you like half of your teeth. You don't like the tops, apparently. You're willing to replace those
What does
one
it cost?
crown at a time.
What does it cost? Veneers look ridiculous, though, but are they expensive?
No
Yes.
idea. I have never
They
looked
are?
into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, how was expensive? 10 grand?
Depends. It's
If
like
you-
LASIK. You
if
can
you
get
show
it
up-
for a steal.
If you show up with Rex Ryan teeth, I will pick on you relentlessly.
Oh, the guy from the Travago commercial is the absolute worst.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen the
Oh,
trailer.
it's
My God. Well,
absolutely
once you see it,
horrible.
Jen, you can't
It's like-
unsee it.
It's terrible.
Because for a very long time, the example of veneers was Matt Dillon from There's Something About Mary, right?
Correct.
Like he was the example.
Yeah. Mhm.
And you had a bunch of athletes getting them. Jay Cutler for a while. It was
Yeah.
like, whoa, new smile? Question mark, question mark?
Yeah.
Anyway, finding the right home is a journey, sometimes quick, sometimes patient, but it should always be exciting. The We Sell Group at Keller Williams understands that. They're not just about closing deals, they're about building relationships and helping you find the right fit. Whether you're ready to move right now, just starting to look, or thinking about selling, the We Sell Group is on the journey with you every step of the way. Your journey starts today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
894 southbound, right about at National Avenue. We got the two left lanes with some debris. Hard to tell what exactly that debris is. I'll try and keep an eye out for that. But squads are out there trying to block things off. It's not really a barrel that I can see. It looks like it may be possibly tire debris, but it's really super hard to see. So we are seeing delays coming in from at least Lincoln Avenue, and that's obviously going to start to grow with those two lanes blocked off. Westbound 94 backing up from just before 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, then from Highway 100 to just past Elm Grove Road. Eastbound backing up from 84th Street all the way to 35th. We've also got a broken down vehicle northbound 43 at Hampton. It's a box truck off on the right shoulder, luckily out of traffic. Seeing delays though just from before Capitol Drive up to Hampton. Southbound is slowing down from Good Hope Road down to Hampton as well. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny, hazy, warm, a high of 86. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 68. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog, custom t-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Forget average. At Exterior Pros, they bring the heat. They're not here to meet standards. They're here to smash them. From the first swing of the hammer to the final reveal, they're leveling up your home with every window, every shingle, and every single detail. This isn't just a remodel. It's a glow-up for your house. Built tough, built beautiful, built to turn heads. Want in? Let's go. Lock in your project now and save $3,000. Exterior Pros, where bold meets built. Trust the pros and visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Workplace stress is now a leading cause of declining mental health, with 61% of the global workforce feeling it more than ever. You can't escape work, but you can take small steps to take care of yourself. A walk, some sun, a favorite song, and therapy. Ongoing support to build resilience for whatever your day throws at you. Balance is tough, but getting help shouldn't be. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
For over 50 years, Cousin Subs has celebrated and embraced the traditions of their home state of Wisconsin. And now, Cousins will be honoring a Wisconsin tradition like no other with their pull tab giveaway promo. Now through July 6th, while supplies last, guests will receive a Cousins pull tab with a sub or subinable purchase for a chance to win Cousins Subs for a year and much more. For additional info and official rules, visit cousinsubs.com/pull tabs. One pull tab per customer per transaction per day. To receive a pull tab with no purchase necessary, see official rules.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
My father would always say, and there's a rhyme and a reason to it. He said, if you wear your rubbers in the house, you'll go blind. Do the two youngsters on the show here even know what rubbers are? I'm talking the ones that go over the shoes.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It doesn't matter what age you are, low testosterone can be an issue with any guy. That's where Mentality comes in. Local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. Okay, so what does that mean? All right, if you're dealing with low testosterone and some of the signs to know if you are or not, are you tired, groggy, just don't feel like yourself, don't have that energy to attack your day, all signs of low testosterone, go to Mentality. LowTUSA.com is the website. Book that first appointment. Go through the consultation, get a blood panel done, and if your testosterone levels are low, then you can work with Mentality. They'll come up with a customized testosterone treatment plan just for you. That's what I did. And that's why I've got all this energy to be able to do all these shows that I do, be able to attack the day the way that I want to be able to. And then every 12, 13 weeks, I go back in, I check in with them, get another blood panel, make sure that everything is where it needs to be. And if it's not, they readjust. Again, it's going to be customized just for you. That's what I love about it. Go to LowTUSA.com. Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Find out more about Mentality and their low testosterone treatments. LowTUSA.com.
It is rare that here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, we would be talking about a move that the Chicago Bears make. And yet here we are, middle of summer, the Chicago Bears announcing that they are extending Ryan Poles.
Thank God.
What do you mean, thank God?
Have you seen their record with Poles in charge? They've won like 15 times. Like, they've got the number one overall pick. Last year, the number one overall pick. You'd think you would want to try to develop him because having a quarterback on a rookie deal and those four, especially those 4 years before the fifth-year option kicks in, can be so important because you're not paying your quarterback anything. So what does Ryan Poles actively do? Stunts the growth of that quarterback by keeping around Matt Eberflus, giving him 3 different play callers, and now having to basically start over from scratch. Yes, that is a man who everybody knew they needed to update their offensive line. Last year, what does he do? Drafts Rome Odunze. Caleb Williams running for his life last year. Oh, man, maybe I should go out and get an offensive line. Like, this is a guy who everybody knows what's wrong with the Chicago Bears. And he refuses to do what is necessary and does the opposite. Has won 15 times in his time in charge of the Chicago Bears. Like 15-36, I think is what the record is. It's terrible. And they decided to give him an extension. Thank you, Chicago. These are the types of moves that you make when you're in an inept franchise.
So let's talk about it here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. It's sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout for 10% off your first month of therapy. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. Chew, did you have the same reaction to the news that the Bears were extending Ryan Poles as Gabe did, which is, thank goodness, they have not been that great with Ryan Poles leading the charge?
I lean towards more of the blame being put on Eberflus. But
sure.
You're right.
Well, whose fault was it? Whose fault
but
was it that he was
did make
around?
some good moves.
Maybe.
I mean, who's the receiver from Carolina?
DJ Moore. Like that.
Keenan Allen, a good move. Their D is always solid.
Keenan Allen's still a free agent right now.
No, I know, but they had him there last year. They draft the Loveland, the tight end out of Michigan, so they're clearly going to go to more of a two tight end side. He hasn't been horrible. He's made some decent moves.
15-36.
No, I know, but Eberflus was terrible. He should have fired him before last year. That way, Caleb Williams comes in with a fresh crop and doesn't waste a year.
You just literally threw away a year of the number one overall pick. He actively decided to do that.
Yes. Yeah.
Like after not learning the lesson of when he came in when they had Justin Fields. Like, how do you not learn that lesson?
No, I know, and I'm anti-Gush from now on. I'm not, I'm just anti-Gush, but you got to say that Ben Johnson.
Well, how many times? Well, this is great for me. I love this because the Bears thought they won the offseason, and they were, like you said, I think they made a couple of decent moves. I mean, of course, then they had to do something to get in their own way, like giving an unexplained 3-year extension to a guy who had 2 years left on his contract.
Do you think, though, that he's just riding the Ben Johnson hire? The fact that he was able to steal Ben Johnson away from the Lions, which everybody said was years in the making, right? There was talk that Ben Johnson was the guy when they drafted Caleb Williams, and then they just decided to... Ben Johnson wanted one more kick at the cat, to use Chewy's phrase, with the Detroit Lions, see if they could win the title, and then took the job this year. Do you think that it was the Ben Johnson move that locked up polls going forward?
Well, yeah, they wanted to align the quarterback and coach contracts because Ben Johnson's under contract through the 29 season. So the Bears ownership decided, hey, let's lock in our GM and our coach together. And that's the only thing. But even that, to me, doesn't defend the decision because he had 2 years left. You didn't have to make this move. You're undecided. You haven't been that successful with him as your general manager. Why not wait a year and then go, okay, yeah, this actually is our guy. He made some good moves this offseason.
Is that a snub to the Packers, though? Who had policy said no, because LaFleur and Goody have 2 years left on
good. Spend all your money on a bad GM.
Yeah. I mean, and you look, Tampa Bay extended their GM and head coach.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Remember,
do they have a right to be upset? I'm talking Goody and.
I mean, I think you do from you're trying to earn as much money, guarantee yourself as long a career as possible. But remember, during that conversation, we were saying, well, if the Packers don't extend them and decide to move on from them after the quote-unquote lame duck year, both those guys would be leading candidates for the openings that happen in the offseason. Ryan Poles ain't that. If Ryan Poles got fired in the middle of this season or his contract ran out, nobody's kicking down the door for Ryan Poles.
Hold on. What do you do if you're at policy next year and Packers have the exact same year they did last year? Losing the first round of the playoffs.
Small extensions.
Then what do you?
Small extensions.
Yeah, but if you're LaFleur and Goody going, I'm not signing it. I'll become a free agent too. LaFleur would get picked up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
I mean, that's what I would do.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to gamble on yourself, you can certainly do that.
Doesn't this just come down to what we talk about so often in sports, the variance of expectations? The expectations are very different in Green Bay from what they are in Chicago. In Chicago, there is giddiness over, a playoff appearance, right? Whereas in Green Bay, a playoff appearance isn't good enough. A playoff appearance is falling short. I just can't help but wonder how the Bears justify the extension based on the on-the-field performance. Like, the team has underperformed on the field. And to your point, Gabe, there's a lot of reasons why. You could figure out how you want to split the pie. But at the end of the day, isn't the GM very responsible for the way that things turn up on the field? And the fact that they have stunk while Poles has been the general manager makes it seem a little aggressive to lock up a guy who hasn't been able to put a winning team on the field.
But if you watch Hard Knocks, Chicago was Hard Knocks last year, I believe. Poles and Jen, who's the old Big Ten commissioner, who's now the president?
Oh, Warren.
They're guys.
Kevin Warren, yeah.
They're guys. Does head policy give Ryan Poles the extension? No. But if you watch Hard Knocks, like, they're spending a lot of time together,
To this point, I have no evidence that what the Bears are doing is better, more well thought out, or better for team building than the Packers. Nothing they do organizationally would make me go, maybe we should do something more like the Bears. Nope, not a thing.
No, when it should be the other way around. That's why I'm hiring the low-hanging fruit in Green Bay and saying, hey, let's come to Chicago.
If you're a GM, though, how long can you sell your plan? Because it seems like that's what these GMs are doing, right? They're saying, look, it's not going to happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a year. Give me X number of seasons, whether that's 3, whether that's 5, whether you can somehow convince somebody to hang with you for longer than that, I don't know. But doesn't it feel like that's what Goody has been pushing towards?
Well,
right? Like, it wasn't supposed to be last year. That was sort of the year before. That was sort of gravy, right? That was like, we didn't expect the Packers to have that level of success and beat Dallas. And, you know what I mean? That was all gravy in Goody's plan.
But
do you think Ryan Poles is selling his guy, Kevin Warren, on a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan, now being in lockstep with Ben Johnson?
Well, Goody got a reset. He got a reset once he got rid of Rodgers. Then it was like, okay, even though they didn't say rebuilding, everyone knew they were rebuilding, and he got a reset. If they did the exact same and Rodgers never have left, Goody would have been fired by now. He would have been fired by now.
But his future is more tied to, Goody's future is tied to Jordan Love.
Because it's his.
Yeah, because that's his guy. So it's the same thing in Chicago. Like, Ryan Poles is tied to Caleb Williams. If Caleb Williams is actually successful, Poles will get to stick around. If Caleb Williams ends up stinking, then Poles is going to get fired.
But that's why I think you wait. That's why you wait until at least the end of this season.
Yeah.
See how the Caleb Williams-Ben Johnson experiment works, and if you have some, reason for optimism going forward. That's what the Bears should have done.
Well, yeah, but when you're, a franchise that consistently makes bad decisions.
What do we call them, Gabe?
I mean, they're an unserious franchise. This is what unserious teams do. Oh, hey, you've won 15 games? You've won less than a third of your games? Yeah, let's reward you with an extension. That's what unserious teams do.
Who was the last good coach? What do you call LaFleur? No, that waited out free agency as a coach and said, you know what? I'm going to wait one more year and I'm going to become a free agent.
Doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
I mean, it happened with McCarthy, but I don't think that was his choice in Dallas last year.
I just don't know if they make playoffs next year, losing the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to offer him a lot of money.
Well, they'll offer him like the same money. They'll just extend him by 2 years.
Yeah, but what if LaFleur says, screw it. I know I'm better than this. I can go to the Raiders or whatever and break the bank.
I mean, so again, it depends upon what's important to you as LaFleur, because chances are, if you don't accept, let's just call it a 2-year extension. Again, this is all hypothetical. If Chewy's scenario plays out and the Packers go, hey, here's a 2-year extension, so now you're under contract for 3 years. If you're going to a different team, chances are that team stinks.
Yes.
A lot of rebuilding that has to be done.
Yes.
But
if you believe here what you're building, I think you accept the 2-year extension and go, hey, if we do what I think we're capable of, that contract stuff is going to take care of itself.
Yeah, and as much as people gripe about some of the ways that the front office handles things, whether that's veteran players, whether that's other things, like this is one of those the grass isn't always greener type of things. I think you hear players who leave talk about the Green Bay culture and talk about the way that the football team is sort of revered. That to me is something that deserves weight when you're making decisions. And I think Matt LaFleur is smart enough to recognize that as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
What would you do if you were Matt LaFleur
and they offered me a 1-year deal?
2-year extension.
I'd say no. I want a 5-year deal, which he's not going to get. But if he became a free agent, someone would pay him that.
Shouldn't he get a 5-year extension?
If they go to the playoffs and lose in the first round?
Correct.
No.
I think he should. I think he's proven himself to be that good of a head coach.
Got to win, baby.
Is he not winning because of his coaching, or is he not winning because of the pieces, the ingredients he's been given to build a winner?
Well, how long do you give him with a rebuild? 3 years? It'll be 3 years.
At this point, Matt LaFleur has like 10 more years before I'm really that worried about him.
The interesting part here is, like, the general manager, when in charge, can just blame the head coach. Oh, I'm drafting the good enough players. Yes. You're just not getting the most out of them. With him and Goody being equals.
Finger pointing contest.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is what we think happened with the defensive line, right? It wasn't not my players, not the players I've selected. It was, you guys aren't coaching them well enough. Bye.
Yeah.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Workplace stress is now one of the top causes of declining mental health, with 61% of the global workforce experiencing higher than normal levels of stress. A holiday or a vacation is great, but it's not a long-term solution if you're dealing with workplace stress. Don't forget, therapy can help you navigate whatever challenges the workday or any day might bring to your life. I have certainly benefited from therapy. I've been doing it for about a decade now, and it has really made changes for me. And here's what BetterHelp is trying to do for you. They've got over 30,000 therapists. They're the world's largest online therapy platform. They've served more than 5 million people globally, and they have a rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on 7 million client reviews in the App Store. If you find yourself wondering what you can do to feel better, try therapy. Try BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's betterhelp.com/timeout. Help is HELP because we are all better with help.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Delays along southbound 41, backing up basically from just before Appleton Avenue all the way down to about Capitol Drive. The northbound side slowing from just before Mayfair Road, as usual, all the way up past Capitol. We've got a crash now southbound on 145. I mentioned this before. It's off on the right shoulder, right about at where Bradley Leon crosses over. And then along with this, on the northbound side of 41, we've got the ramp from 145 to 41 northbound, a broken down vehicle there. So that might be tying things up just a wee bit for you. And then we have some debris on 894 southbound at the ramp from National Avenue. 2 left lanes are blocked right now. Again, I can't see what the debris is, but hey, they've got 2 squads out there blocking those 2 left lanes, so just be extra careful. Slowing from Greenfield Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly sunny, hazy, warm, high of 86. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The NFC North Green Bay Packers are returning to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you're invited.
At defensive end number 90, Lucas Hercules Van Ness.
Lucas Van Ness with the sack.
And say hello to your brand new rookie edge rusher.
The Green Bay Packers select
from Texas,
Barron Sorrell.
Coming to the all-new Cunis Hope Chevrolet of Milwaukee. Sunday, July 20th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Meet 2 of the Green Bay Packer defensive ends, Lucas Van Ness.
Lucas Van Ness bringing the pressure.
And Barron Sorrell.
Barron Sorrell might have just become a Packers favorite.
During this exclusive 2-hour meet and greet.
Color action photos of both Van Ness and Sorrell will be provided.
Or bring your own item for them to sign free of charge.
Pressure and he's blasted. Ball is out. Still loose on the turf. Packers have it.
Meet Lucas Van Ness and Barron Sorrell live at Cunis Hope Chevrolet in Milwaukee. 11100 West Metro Auto Mall Drive, just off I-41. Sunday, July 20th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. When Tri-City National Bank decided to optimize their print output strategy, they needed a resource with the expertise to recommend a solution. CIO Robert Prang.
And James helped us with that analysis of what our print consumption was and what we were doing.
The outcome of the James Imaging Systems Managed Print Services recommendation?
We ended up reducing down to about 97 total printers and copiers from 197.
The impact on your print output?
We eliminated over 500,000 pages a month of output that we figured out we really didn't need.
Month after month, that adds up to savings and value.
Oh, tons of value. Those numbers add up even when it's only a penny or so per page.
Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. To learn more, visit jamesimaging.com.
It's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. For me and my family, finding the perfect home is a journey, but we don't walk it alone. With the We Sell Group, Rob and Nick aren't just real estate agents, they're part of our family's team. They bring us options, perspective, and peace of mind. While they navigate the market, I can stay focused on all that life has in store. Because at the We Sell Group, it's not just about the home, it's about the people and the path it takes to get there. The We Sell Group, more than agents, part of your journey. Get started with Rob and Nick at wesell.kw.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You called them a white stiff earlier. From one white stiff to another? I'm pretty well versed in the realm of stiffs.
On 94.5 ESPN.
In my mind when she's not right there beside me, I go crazy 'cause
If you're looking for a place to hang out downtown, you know how I feel. My friends over at St. Kate, the Arts Hotel, do a fantastic job. The fusion of artistry and flavor. They've got sushi at St. Kate now. It is fantastic. The addition of a new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire is bringing people through the door. You can indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. Learn more at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com. So we do this thing here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I don't think it's unlike what other shows do, where we all throw ideas into a text chain and we say what we think about it and why we want to talk about it on the show. So for this one, I got to give the nod to Joshy, who threw this very unusual story into our text chain. Joshy, I would love to set it up, but I feel like this is all you. The nurse.
Yeah, this is a woman from Wisconsin who ended up not having to serve any jail time. And you wonder, why would a nurse be serving jail time? Well, that's because she amputated an elderly man's foot, which was suffering from, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Like frostbite, necrosis?
Frostbite, yes. It was necrotic because of frostbite. Sorry, that was the word escaping me. And she removed it on her own. Some of her colleagues argued that it was more humane. Other people were arguing that, well, she was told not to do that she didn't need to do that. And then she removed it. And the big mistake here is, and the one that's grabbing headlines, is she joked about putting said foot in her family's taxidermy shop with a sign that read something like, take frostbite seriously, wear your boots, kids. So, yeah, some guy basically, I don't know his condition at the time he had his foot removed, because I believe he did pass away shortly after there. But this person decided to remove a foot on their own.
Well, and see, what bothers me about it, gang, is it's a Wisconsin nurse, right? Like, this is one of those stories you don't want going viral. You don't want getting out there, because it's like Florida Man. You know, the state of Florida, you get those wacky, goofy stories pretty regularly, and all of a sudden people start assuming that the whole state are a bunch of bananas.
Oh, they are.
A bunch of wackadoodles. Yeah, you live there. You know.
They are, yeah.
But this is why I don't want these types of stories in Wisconsin getting out.
The amputation was discovered when a Pierce County, Wisconsin medical examiner flagged an autopsy to authorities of the man after he had found a foot that had been removed from the body. So I think what had happened is she just threw the foot in, like, with the guy after he passed away. And then the medical examiner who's doing the autopsy is like, wait, why is this foot not attached to this man?
I didn't know nurses could do amputations.
Oh, God, this is giving me the G's.
You know what I mean? It's like, what'd she use, a saw?
Yeah, probably.
But don't you have to have an anesthesia? Don't you think the anesthesiologist would have went, let's pump the brakes a little bit?
Well,
you know?
that was also part of the discussion because of the way it happened, and if the person was able to even feel that extremity, they were unsure. So was there any pain suffered by the person whose foot was being removed? Because you didn't go, like, an amputation's a big deal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of steps, a lot of people
involved. And you have to go through, I believe, psychological, I don't want to say testing, but they basically talk to you about, from a mental standpoint, what it is going to be to lose that limb.
Yes, and it seems none of the usual steps were taken here. And somebody, I believe her argument was it was out of humanity, which I don't know the state of the limb. But it seemed like it was in pretty bad shape. But just taking somebody's limb is, we can't just be doing that.
And this person was alive. I want to be clear. This was not post-mortem. This was not after the person had died that she was like, I want to keep this foot. What's the harm in keeping the foot after? No, the person was alive because part of the trial was that she did not receive permission from said person who lost said foot. Like, this is wild, crazy stuff. How does someone get to the point where they justify taking someone else's limb? Like, I understand that it sounds like she was able to convince herself that there was some humanity occurring here of like, oh, they're better off without the foot. Even so, like, you have to ask someone to take their jacket, for goodness sakes. You know, you can't just like rip someone's jacket off of them when they show up to your house. To take a foot is just wildly inappropriate.
But she's not serving jail time.
What does she get?
She pled no contest, received a fine of $443. She has to pay that in court costs, and then agreed to any discipline imposed on her nursing license by the Board of Nursing, which I got to imagine it's getting taken away. Got to imagine.
I would think, but you never know.
Because it depends on how flush the nursing industry is right now, you know?
The lack of severity in the punishment makes me believe that there was something going on afoot, you might say.
Something was
here.
afoot.
There was no foot. That's the problem.
No foot.
That there's more to the story than it reads as woman joked about turning it into a part of her taxidermy. Like, I imagine here there is, because, like, isn't the credo do no harm? I don't think they take lightly to amputations.
I wouldn't think so.
Well, how soon between the amputation and the death? Like, how much time are we talking here, man?
It was days, but totally unrelated.
So it was a quality of
related,
life.
Yeah.
It was a quality of life for his remaining time, which it seems like was pretty short anyway.
It appears to be that way, yes.
Was this a jury of her peers?
Well, no, she pled no contest.
Oh, so there was no trial.
There was no trial. This was she pled.
Agreement,
Yes, she pled no contest, and a part of that, she had 2 other charges that were dismissed.
Yeah, because
agreed to pay court fees, and then whatever punishment comes down from the board.
I got to be honest with you guys. Isn't this why people don't trust medical professionals?
Yeah. I mean, I can do a lot of things, but I don't think I could amputate.
Not with that attitude.
I think you could. You just would never consider it because you are a sane human being.
Yes. Weird. Very weird. I bet she doesn't get her license removed. How much you want to bet on that?
That she won't get her license removed? That they'll be like, honest mistake.
They got to take it away.
It'll get suspended, but they won't remove it.
She'll be working again in no time? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
I don't think you can hire her as a hospital.
Maybe she did a good job.
Why was your... Well, the amputation was clean.
Joshua, you got to put this on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll, the Infinity Exteriors poll. Is the nurse who amputated a man's foot without his permission, I don't even know if it's a man. I don't know if it said if it was a patient.
It was a man. Yes, it was a man.
Going to have her license suspended? Will she work again? Something along those lines. Because Chewy's got the specificity of it might get suspended, but she'll be working again.
You can't take away her
soon.
livelihood.
Sure you can.
She took away the foot. Like, it feels like a foot for livelihood is a good trade-off.
I mean, I could go into the cockpit, land a plane.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could. The listeners already said that I could. What would you do if you found out that I landed the plane and you had no idea it was a pilot?
We can do a simulation. They have places where you can do simulators.
I can't really do that, but it was pretty good.
Well, again, if it's an emergency situation.
No, just walk in.
Yeah, but I don't think you're just walking into the cockpit and go.
Amazon has any outfit that you want to buy.
Hey, boys, you just gonna what is this? Catch me if you can.
You act cocky, and they'll never know. Yeah. Give me the R7
Leonardo
wing down,
DiCaprio
pump
just
that
walking
up.
in.
Yeah.
Frank Abagnale, is that what it was?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Wrap things up right after this. Stick around.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-2085. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-2085. That's 800-555-2085. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-555-2085.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Bumble is a dating app.
It's tuna.
I love tuna. I had some last night.
How do you eat your tuna?
Can we, for once, grow up on this show?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I've got Vibe Check this afternoon, boys, and guess what? Wiggling a little Milwaukee Brewers into the conversation. Going to be talking Jacob Mizorowski and his 5 starts and him being in the All-Star game and the Phillies crying about it. And then the revelation that, they asked 12 other pitchers before Jacob Mizorowski took it. So we're going to get a little national attention on our guy, on our team, on Vibe Check this afternoon on Disney+.
Love it. Good for Miz.
I hope they're nice to him, though.
Who?
The players in the All-Star game. Yeah.
They'll be fine.
23 years old. He's just a kid.
I hope they're nice to them.
I do. I hope they're nice
the
to him.
nicest thing you've ever seen.
It's like have you guys ever seen Ferdinand, the movie of the bull? Can't say that you have.
Can't say
Are
that I
you familiar
have.
with the story? But all the other bulls are mean to Ferdinand. That's what
I'm hearing these words put together in this way for the first time in my life.
That's what Chewy's statement reminded me of. I hope they're nice to him. I hope they're nice to the Miz
Don't
at the
cry
All-Star.
for me, Fernando. Isn't that a song?
Almost.
What's the word?
Argentina.
Oh, I was close.
It's a country.
Well, I was close. It was Spanish.
You said Fernando.
Which is Spanish.
And Ferdinand is the name of the bull.
In Argentina is Spanish.
I think of Magellan.
Yes. No, he's French. De Soto.
Ferdinand is his first name.
Oh, that's right.
Light bulb.
2 M's.
Are we done?
You were good for a Monday.
That was excellent today.
You were good for a Monday, I would say.
Your story about falling in the lake.
That was, I just
Chef's
laughed.
kiss.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Donnie
Wilde and Tausch is next. Wilde and Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee. Have a great day, everybody.
894 southbound, still kind of a headache. We got the 2 left lanes blocked with some debris right about at National Avenue, and that's backing things up into the zoo. Keep that in mind. That's why you got those backups. We've also got some delays eastbound 94 coming in from about 84th Street all the way to 35th. Westbound, heavy from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 41 backing up from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. Northbound's going to be slow from just before Mayfair Road all the way up past North Avenue. Back on the brakes from Burleigh up to Hampton.